YouTube. What's going on, guys? It's the LFC Ninja, and we are back with an absolutely huge match this Sunday. Liverpool versus Manchester City. Is this a title decider, guys? Is it a title decider? Let's get straight into the tactics screen. So as you can see, guys, we do have a few of our younger lads just chilling out on screen. But before we start addressing the starting lineup, the Angry Redbirds and Klopp subs, I just want to say apologies for the last two games. I haven't done them. Listen, I just enjoy doing this. Literally, I just enjoy doing it. I like doing this. I like looking at the team. It's not super in-depth because I don't have time to do it. I could do it, but I just don't have time to do all of the Statman Dave tactics to that extreme. I have a full-time job. I'm a busy guy. I have a family, so I can't do it. So I basically cut corners and I just do basic stuff and, you know, formations, lineups, what I think, my opinions, my individual thoughts on players, why players are playing over other players, and I'm totally unbiased towards any of the players within Liverpool. So guys, yeah, again, apologise for the Aston Villa game, the preview, and I had the preview all done, but I just didn't manage to upload it in time, and I was at the Aston Villa game, the away game. I was in the away end. So yeah, if you saw me, just, you know, drop me a thumbs up. If you didn't see me, there, you didn't see me, what can I say? But yeah, like, subscribe, and we are back on it because Manchester City is coming to Anfield to try disrespect our unbeaten record, and that, guys, is not going to happen. So without further ado, let's jump into a players drop from the squad. The Angry Redbirds, I call them. So obviously we're going to have Brewster, Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones. These three are the ones on the edge of things, on the cuff, on the peripheral of the first team bench, etc, etc, etc. Kieta was sort of there, but he's kind of drifted off a little bit. Ruch has been on the bench a couple times, but other than that, those are the only two that really are sort of getting as close as the three you can see there, that being Elliott, Jones and Brewster. Out of those three, Elliott and Brewster have actually made bench appearances for the first team. Brewster more than any of them. So guys, let's move on once again to our injury list, and currently Matip is still there, I believe. Shaqiri might be okay for this game. Who he replaces on the bench, I have no idea. So let's jump onto the bench now and see what is going on in Klopp's brain. We start with Divock Origi, Naby Keita, Adam Lallana, Oxlade-Chamberlain, James Milner, Joe Gomez and Adrian. I mean, if Shaqiri is fit, who does he replace on the bench? There is only one person who I believe he replaces, and that is Adam Lallana. But currently, I believe Adam Lallana is in way better form, and I think Adam Lallana is probably more versatile, and although not physically pleasing, he has a much higher work rate than Shaqiri. But then Shaqiri will offer that kind of creativity. I mean, I don't know, it's a tough one. Who would you go for on the bench? Would you be Adam Lallana or would it be Shaqiri? So guys, that is my bench that I believe Klopp will pick. So the first team, guys, I'm going for Alisson in goal, Andy Robertson, Virgil van Dijk, Dejan Lovren, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Gini Wijnaldum, Fabinho, Jordan Henderson, Sadio Mane, Roberto Firmino and Mohamed Salah. I bet you could have picked that team with your eyes closed, right? It's obvious, it's going to be this team. But there are some huge talking points, and some of them are this: that Gomez should be in for Lovren, and Ox and Naby Keita should be in for Wijnaldum and Henderson. They are the changes that people want. I don't understand those changes because, first of all, Gomez is nowhere near the form that he was when he was in that amazing partnership with VVD. Lovren has showed determination and consistency and got better. I think he's got better as Moyes played. Next to Van Dijk. Matip is injured. I just don't think Gomez is in as good as form as Lovren is. But saying that, Aguero has always had the better of Dejan Lovren, and Aguero always plays on Dejan Lovren. Whether Aguero is past his peak now and he won't be able to do what he used to do to Lovren, I don't know. I think Gomez is more capable of dealing with Aguero, but I'm not sure I trust Gomez's form currently. If Gomez was in great form and had been playing, I'd fully back Gomez. Be like, yes, Gomez is the one to deal with Aguero. I would go with Gomez, but on current form, I have to say, Lovren, you can't chuck Gomez in and expect him to be absolutely fantastic. The other issues we have are our midfield. For me, it's not an issue. I have no problem with Weenie. I have no problem with Jordan Henderson. Weenie and Jordi. I've got no problem with those two either side of Fabinho. Ox for me goes far too forward. He leaves spaces behind him that City would expose. Naby Keita for me moves the ball way too slow. Takes about 5,000 touches, 100 1-2s with Robertson before. Then he does 200 more 1-2s with Fabinho. Then he does another 300 1-2s with Wijnaldum. He's just good for the final third when we are drawing 1-1 or it's a 2-1 or something like that. There is nothing else. I have not seen anything else. Like, where's your shots? Where's your... You were supposed to be... People say he was Coutinho's replacement. Where is your Coutinho? Where is he? This was Naby Keita. For me, he wasn't a Coutinho replacement. For me, he was just impact. Klopp couldn't find a place for Coutinho in the side. He didn't like him in the midfield because he would lose possession and then teams break from midfield. An example of this happening was versus Norwich, Man City versus Norwich, when I can't remember who it was that lost the ball in midfield, but they drifted right through their midfield, and Tottenham did the same thing as well with Lamela when they scored and it was a draw 1-1 at Tottenham. They did exactly the same thing, right? Midfield, the centre midfielders of Man City lost the ball and they broke straight through the middle. Another example, and it scored. Another example was when we was playing Tottenham at Anfield and Jordi lost the ball and Sissoko broke straight from midfield. We conceded from that. That is the reason why Klopp likes three solid midfielders who play with 1 and 2 touch. Fabinho plays with 1 and 2 touch. Jordan plays with 1 and 2 touch. Wijnaldum is more of the carrier, but he carries in a deeper role where it's safer to carry. You don't see Wijnaldum carrying the ball in and around the edge of the box like Firmino would, or Mane or Salah. He doesn't carry the ball there. He carries the ball in a safer area. And likewise with Fabinho, probably has a few more touches if there's no danger around. But when he's more advanced in the final third of the opponent's half, these guys are, all three of them are 1 and 2 touch. They have to keep the ball moving. They have to keep it moving fast. They have to move it to the left. They've got to move it to the right. Literally all three of them have similar attributes. They're all physical. They're all hard-working. They are quick with moving the ball. They can all header. They're all good with first and second touches. They don't let the ball bounce. What I mean is when it's cleared from your opponents, they win that first ball. The first and second balls are pivotal. Jordan wins them, Fabinho wins them, and Wijnaldum wins them. You then recycle possession and you build up the pressure again, and you go on and on and on and on. Naby Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain, they don't do that. They can't do that. They're not about that life. And this is why you can't play them in the majority of the game. Fernandinho and Gundogan are about that life. KDB isn't about that life. You get a lot of work rate out of KDB, granted, but he ain't about that life. He's not going to run back and slide tackle like Wijnaldum or the recoveries like that. He might intercept or win the ball, whatever, but he's not about that life. So this is for me why Ox and Kieta just don't. And Ox brings you different kind of attacking prowess than what Kieta does. Kieta is more involved in the build-up play. I personally would rather Kieta be more like KDB. Kieta has that burst of pace where he can skip past 2-3 players, weave, and then crack a shot. He can do that, KDB. He can do that. He has that in his power. That's the Leipzig Kieta. That's the one I want to see. I love Kieta. When I was watching him for Leipzig, I thought he was amazing. And I was so gassed to see this guy come and do exactly the same thing, but in a Liverpool shirt. Whether he's now being instructed to play differently or his game is changing because of the way Liverpool's system is, I don't know. But for me, he is strictly an impact player, much like Ox. When you want a shot or you want to get onto the edge of the dig, Ox is your man. When you want to have build up play or find a cheeky little pass to create something, the link pass is what I call it. The pass before the assisting pass is what I call link pass. So for instance, Naby plays the link pass to Mane, Mane crosses it in, Salah scores, Mane gets the assist, but the link pass it's the kind of the pass that starts to move. Although you can argue, it could have been Fabinho's pass to Naby that starts to move, and Naby plays it to Mane, he plays it to Salah, he scores. I mean, you can go back and back to whoever starts the original move. I just call that link pass. That's just my personal way of describing it. So he is there to basically build up pressure, continue the passing, basically create. This is why Naby is brought on later on in games, because Naby doesn't defend well, he's not physical. I don't see him jumping up challenging for headers. He doesn't get stuck in. I don't care whether I see stats about how many ball recoveries he's done and tackles won. It's all nonsense. It's all nonsense. I don't see it. I don't visually see it. It means nothing. All these stats I've been seeing for the last couple of days are against Genk. Genk are out. They are out of the Champions League. You're not even going to qualify for the Europa because they got a slapping from Salzburg. This is Genk. He had an opportunity alongside Lallana and Ox against Arsenal, and he conceded 5, and he was poor. He was poor in that game. Yes, he came off of a little niggle or something like that, which miraculously is fine to play. So he's had opportunities. In Genk, he wasn't even much better. I've not seen any improvement from him. Game, you're not injured anymore. You're not injured. Your injury was never as bad as Ox's. Ox's had as much game time as you. Barring overall couple 20 minutes extra, only because Ox comes on 10 minutes before Naby does in most of the games that they both play. So overall he's had a few more minutes, but generally they've played in the same matches, barring 1 or 2. And even Ox should say, when he came against Manchester United, didn't really do anything. Naby comes on, finds a pass out wide to Robertson, which for me is just standard procedure. That is what I'm explaining. Like he's part of the build-up, pressure of play, which Robertson crossed in and Lallana sneaked in with the goal. That example is the reason why Naby is in the side and why he comes on late. He doesn't come on at 50 minutes because your opposition is still attacking, and Naby will leave gaps which allows them to counter-attack. When it's like 5 minutes to go, the other team's pinned into their half and we are in possession, this means Naby can just focus on attacking and not worry about defending. We push men forward. That's why Naby comes on so late. You can't put Naby on halfway through the game because you'll concede goals. He will leave spaces. He isn't defensively smart like Jordan Henderson, Fabinho and Wijnaldum are. He doesn't go both ways like those. Those players are 90-minute players or 80-minute players, depending on how tired they get. They go both ways. They are as good defensively as they are attacking. They are good as attacking as they are defensively. That's why they are starters. That's why they're the main starters. Until Naby gets to Wijnaldum's level, where you are good both ways, plus everything you can do on the ball, that is when I'll say, okay, you know what, Jordan, drop out. Naby's taking your place. Wijnaldum, jump over to the right side. Naby, you're going to jump in left side where Wijnaldum was. Until I see that kind of work rate, and him showing similar attributes during the games, I'm not interested. We don't play through the middle. We don't play through the middle like Man City do. We're not that kind of team. We play from the wings. We're more dynamic, more physical. Klopp would rather lose the ball out wide via Robertson than via Fabinho or Wijnaldum right through the middle. He'd rather Trent lose it out wide in their end of the pitch and have Jordan cover Trent's spot and Salah just in front. Then Jordan Henderson losing the ball, then running past Fabinho onto our back line. We don't play through the middle, guys. This is why you don't see Ox and Naby start in the league, because we're not about that life. He doesn't want no problems from midfield. He wants consistent midfielders who lose the ball as least as possible. There are going to be times when Wijnaldum gets caught, or Jordan gets caught, as we've seen, or Fabinho gets caught. There will be times, but majority of the time they don't. They're 1 and 2 touch players and they keep it moving. Naby and Ox, you can see Naby thinking. When Naby's got the ball, you can see him thinking. I see loads of occasions when Naby loses the ball, and yes, he might make a recovery, but against a better team, he's not recovering shit. Genk, yeah, make your recovery. It's Genk. Nobody cares. It's Genk. So what if you got a couple recoveries? So what if you got 94% pass accuracy? How many of those passes were into the penalty spot or through balls or onto the D? How many of them were into Firmino, who's got 3 defenders around him? We'll see how accurate it is then. It's all bullshit. Don't come to me with your damn stats, because it's all bullshit. It's absolute nonsense. I've played football, I've played centre midfield, I've played a holding role, I've been there, I know what it takes. I've played at semi-pro level, I played for Maidstone United, the same damn team that Smalling used to play for. And I'm older than him by about 6 years, so I was before him. So don't even try and tell me what it's about in there, because I have experience. So don't send me no stats or no bullshit like that. It's crystal clear what Klopp sees in these 3, and if you can't understand it, I just think it's a witch hunt. It's a witch hunt towards Jordan Henderson. It's a witch hunt. It's just simply a witch hunt. And then Lallana came in against Villa. You know, we struggled 2-1 in the end. You know, everybody, Lallana was shit. Lallana wasn't shit. Lallana was brilliant. I thought he was fantastic in that position. And I said it, if you go and listen or watch my Arsenal post-match review, when we drew 5-5, Kieta and Ox had gone missing in that match. Lallana was doing everything. One-man midfield. He was doing everything. I said in that video, I would love to see Lallana a midfield 3 with Jordan. I'm going to start calling him that now. Henderson and Wijnaldum with the front 3 and a back 4. And I liked it. And if he is to play there and deputise more in that position for Fabinho, then he will only get better. Lallana would get better. You don't need Fabinho if you've got Wijnaldum, Henderson, Lovren and Van Dijk surrounding him. I'm pretty sure Lallana in that position would be quite safe. He's lightweight, but he's a haggler. He will haggle at you, run you down, he will chase you, he will pick at you, he'll be biting at your ankles. That's what Lallana does. He will haggle you. He might not be super physical, but he will haggle you. And he always looks for the ball, he's got quick feet and he'll keep it moving. And that's what I saw him do against Villa. It weren't nothing to do with him, he wasn't poor. We should have been up in the first half. That should have been a comfortable game. Certain players just didn't take their chances, that's all it was. A few days later, he's becoming the scapegoat. Nonsense. So anyways, guys, I'm happy with the team. I broke down why I feel like certain players shouldn't play over certain players. I'm not being biased. I just don't think they offer certain attributes, which, you know, this team throughout the whole season absolutely 100% requires. A point I forgot to mention is you wanted creativity. Well, Lallana in for Fabinho is creativity. He can create from deep, or you know, he would do a similar role to what Naby does. Naby's done nothing more than Lallana. This is the thing. Naby has done nothing more than Lallana. What has he done? What more has he done? In fact, Lallana scored against United, and he's probably had less game time than Naby Keita. It's just favoritism. It is literally favoritism. Just because you make a couple more ball recoveries doesn't mean you're better. Oh, what, is Naby better than Mane because he makes more ball recoveries than Mane? Is he better than Mane because he's got 94% passing accuracy than Mane? No, he's not. Is he better than Wijnaldum? No, he's not. Is he better than Fabinho because he's got a higher pass accuracy in the last 10 minutes of a game? No, he's not. I find it hilarious, honestly. So anyway, guys, let's move on. And I'm going to go for a predicted man of the match. And this is going to be Fabinho. Fabinho is my predicted man of the match. I think he's going to have a boss game. I hope he has a boss game. He needs to have a boss game. He has to dominate this midfield. They say Rodri is going to be back. Hopefully Rodri plays in defence with Fernandinho and they dump Stones onto the bench. But then saying that, I probably wouldn't mind seeing Fabinho tear Rodri apart in midfield and let them play Stones in defence next to Otamendi. That would be brilliant. Ideally, I'd like Fernandinho and Rodri at the back, but I got a feeling Fernandinho will play at the back with Stones and Rodri will play in centre midfield. I think Silva's out, not sure which one it is. I think it is David Silva. Hopefully it's Bernardo. Look at me hoping for injury. It's terrible, isn't it? I just want to go 9 points clear. I couldn't care how we win, mate. If we can win in the worst possible, lucky, whether it's to do with VAR or not, whatever way, I'll take it. Like, that would be the perfect way to win. Either like that, literally just the jammiest of all jammy that's ever existed, or an absolute abomination of the team. Either or, like a 4-1 destruction of Man City, 4-1 or 5-1, or literally 96-minute deflection come bobbles off 6 players and trickles over the line, and then keeper pats it out, but then the goal line comes in and it's like a millimetre over, some bullshit like that. One or the other, one way or another, that's how I want to win. That would just be fantastic. So yeah, my scorers and scores, I'm going to go for, wow guys, I'm going to go for a 2-1. I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game. We always seem to concede. I don't think we're going to concede more than 1 goal. I just don't. I think our defence is going to be on point this game. I think we're going to be ready. I don't think Man City are going to be as good as they were in the past. I think they're coming to the back end of their dominance, I've got to be honest. So I'm going to go with a victory at Anfield. I think Klopp is going to go for the win. He's going to play not to lose, obviously, but I think he is going to be a bit more expansive than he was previously. I think he has room to lose. I think he has room to lose this game because it's still, 3 points to lose the game. So all is not lost, but it wouldn't be great. But I think there's room for him to try and go for the win. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. I'm going to go for a Mane goal and I'm going to go for a Salah goal. Salah's been in good form at Anfield, was in good form against Genk. I know it's Genk. He'll have a lot of space and time in behind, so it's fitting for him. So will Mane. Mane will push back Walker. Firmino will give some problems in there to Stones, like he always does. And Fernandinho, or Otamendi and Fernandinho, or Otamendi and Stones, whoever. If Otamendi and Stones both play, then Fernandinho will play midfield. That means Rodri will sit out. So that could be a thing. Rodri could be on the bench. He has been injured as well. So, yes, guys. This has been the match preview for Liverpool versus Manchester City. I've been the Red Mr. LFC Ninja. And we will see you Sunday or Monday morning for the post-match review. Hopefully, we are 9 points clear. And City are, looking dead and buried on the verge of giving up title hopes. So guys, yes, and on that note, one last time, I've been with Mr. FC Ninja. Let's do this.